Shalom, Kahala, Yahweh, Shemel, Shabbat, Hashem, Hakodash, double honor should be all apostles and the bishops of GMS, even the elders that came before them, that talks the truth. Shalom, salutations to all the brothers and official words, truth and the sincerity of the hopeful elect, tabernacle of Vega, the Aqua, the listen, learn, and being a pillar of rest, 144,000, the one third, the hopeful elect of Israel, the brother slash elder. This is the World War III Daily Update, and we're basically going to pick up where we left off yesterday, but I'm going to read the World War III scripture first. Revelation 11:14, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Third woe, World War III, World War II. And if we go back chapter 2, we can see all three of them together. But instead, we'll jump straight to today's version. We watched yesterday's installment. They're actually going to call this a daily update. I believe mine was around first. It's been around for at least 3-4 years now, so mine has. I know open-minded is not that old. Anyway. 3 hours ago, Israel in panic. Iranians humiliate Israel after sabotage suspected port explosion. Going back on what was discussed yesterday, so let's get the follow-up. Let's get the update. Take it away.
Yesterday, a catastrophic explosion tore through Shahid Raji port in Bandar Abbas, Iran's vital southern maritime hub, sending shockwaves across the city and igniting fires that continue to rage uncontrollably. We reported on this yesterday on our daily updates. The blast, described by eyewitnesses as apocalyptic, shattered windows in buildings up to a kilometer away, blanketed the sky with thick black smoke, and left the port a critical artery for Iran's trade and energy exports in chaos. Local authorities, grappling with the scale of the disaster, reported that the explosion originated in a cluster of shipping containers, some suspected to contain volatile chemicals. As flames spread rapidly, engulfing nearby containers and infrastructure, the city's residents were thrust into a state of shock, yet their response has been nothing short of inspiring. Across Bandar Abbas, like you can see in this video clip, Iranians have mobilized en masse, flooding hospitals and blood donation centers to aid the wounded, showcasing a profound sense of solidarity. This humanitarian surge, a testament to the nation's resilience, shines as a beacon of hope amid the tragedy, reminding the world of Iran's unbreakable spirit in the face of adversity. At OMT News,
I'm going to take this little opportunity to say, yeah, this is what World War III looks like. All right? Before the ICBMs, all right? So anyway, yeah, we filter this news through the scriptures. That's what makes it different. Otherwise, get the fuck out of here.
Conversation.
Wow.
The scale of the devastation at Shahid Raji port is staggering, with satellite imagery revealing multiple fire sites and a chain reaction of explosions that have compounded the crisis.
This is what World War III looks like before the ICBMs.
Emergency services, stretched to their limits, have been working tirelessly to contain the blaze, but the intensity of the fires and the release of toxic gases such as ammonia, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen dioxide have forced authorities to issue full evacuation orders for surrounding areas. The port, located just north of the Strait of Hormuz, is a linchpin of global oil trade, and its disruption has sent ripples through international markets. Yet, amid this chaos, the people of Bandar Abbas have risen to the occasion. Blood donation drives, organized spontaneously by community leaders and bolstered by social media campaigns, have seen thousands of citizens queue for hours to contribute. This outpouring of compassion reflects Iran's deep-rooted culture of collective support, a quality that has sustained the nation through decades of external pressures and internal challenges. As the fires continue to burn into the night, the human toll of the explosion is becoming painfully clear. Iranian state media reports that at least 8 people have lost their lives, with over 700 others injured, many critically. The wounded have been rushed to hospitals across Hormozgan province, where medical staff are working around the clock to save lives. The injuries range from severe burns to respiratory distress caused by inhaling toxic fumes, underscoring the urgency of the medical response.
Could this be considered a first strike? Preemptive? Or, what do you call it? Agitation?
Moment of crisis, the generosity of ordinary Iranians has been a lifeline. Blood donation centers, particularly in Bandar Abbas and nearby cities like Keshem, have reported an unprecedented influx of donors, with young and old alike standing in solidarity. This act of giving, often undertaken at personal sacrifice, embodies the Iranian ethos of putting community above self, a gesture that deserves global admiration for its purity and resolve. The cause of the explosion remains under intense scrutiny, with Iranian officials initially attributing it to negligence in handling flammable materials. However, whispers of sabotage have grown louder, fueled by the port's strategic importance and its recent history of handling sensitive cargo. Just weeks ago, on March 29th, a vessel resembling the MV Gyron, a sanctioned ship linked to Iran's state shipping line, was spotted at Bandar Abbas anchorage carrying sodium perchlorate, a chemical precursor to ammonium perchlorate, used in solid rocket fuel for Iran's missile program. This shipment, alongside another on the MV Golbon, was reportedly sufficient to power hundreds of medium-range missiles, including those supporting allied forces like the Yemen Armed Forces.
I saw E.A. Pops, also known as the Elder Apostle Tahar, do a video on this earlier today. It was this exact information with that perchlorate, phosphorus, whatever element. He brought this out earlier. So this is hot off the press, right? I'm going to let a little more of this play, and then I'm going to go back and explain why I just cussed you out about how this is different. Oh, all you did was play the fucking video. Yeah, no, that's not all I did.
The timing of the explosion, coinciding with Iran's nuclear talks in Oman, has raised suspicions that foreign actors, wary of Iran's growing military capabilities, may have orchestrated the blast to disrupt its strategic operations.
What foreign actors could those be? Babylon? And Amalek? The real Amalek? All right, we'll stop it right there. Let me get a couple scriptures and close. No light in them. Did I get it? Let's see. That's not it, is it? No. If they speak not. Okay, well, it was the first thing we did before we showed the open-minded thinker. We brought out a scripture. What scripture was it? This is what we did. We said, Revelation 11 and 14, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. We explained through the scriptures, right, that World War III is definitely going to come, and it's coming fast. That's the first thing we did. Then we showed you the video, right, of it coming fast. Is it World War III yet? No, but it's coming fast. That's the first thing we established. Now, just playing the news, that's not the same as establishing it in the Bible first. Okay? Now let's go back. Let's read this. Let's just read this in the NIV. Isaiah 8 and 20. Consult God's instruction and the testimony of warning. See? Here's what we're doing. We're sounding the warning. All right? If anyone does not speak according to this word, what word is it? The Bible. They have no light of dawn. They are completely in the dark. Okay? They have no Lucifer, right? The morning star. No light in them. You don't understand the 100% truth. All right. It starts with the Bible, and then you go to CNN, and then you go to Fox News. Then you go to Open Minded Thinker and you say, okay, yeah, yeah, it's confirmed. Okay. So this is how, if you didn't come here to understand why these things are going on, you're in the wrong place. Just go to Fox and let them snow job you into believing that everything is going to be okay. No. Well, we're real far away. Even though people are killing each other and their genocide is going on everywhere, and they're explaining that away, and people are getting away with it, and they're inviting uh, war criminals to speak openly. Right here, it is. Part of the world is trying to arrest and prosecute these people, but over here you could come over here, give speeches, and tell people what to do, and say this is how we're going to run the world. You know we're at the end. Okay? You know that we are at the end. Anyway, oh, let's just get this on the way out. This is what makes it different. So, you want to know what's going to happen next? I'll show you what's going to happen next. But we can only do that with knowing this 100% truth and filtering it through the scriptures. All right? Here's what's going to happen next. And then we'll close. 30. Start at 29. Second Ezra is 13 and 29. Behold, the days come. Well, when the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahweh will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. Well, those days are here now. Just like World War III has come quickly. Okay? And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. And then we go into World War III right here. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against it. Is that going on right now in Iran? Damn right that's good. And this is describing, well, here's what happens next. And one realm again. That means that the angels are, that's what's going to happen next. See? And you can't do that without understanding the scriptures. What's going to happen during this World War III? Well, they're going to be fighting each other, and then one realm, a different realm is going to, the fourth dimension is going to open up, and the angels are going to get in the fight. Now let's prove that, because that's what we do over here. All right, we're telling you what's going to happen next because it says so in the scriptures. It's not allowing me to do what I've always done. There we go. Revelation 19 and 19. And I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. And if you don't know what that means, then so what? I just proved my point. This is the end of that World War III, when the angels, his army, come in from the fourth dimension. With that, we hope that the elect will edify you, brother and sister Shalom.